InnoMax Thermal Guardian 300-watt Hardside Waterbed Heater Installation Instructions.
Hi, I'm Tommy from InnoMax.
And my name is Tyler.
We're here to show you proper installation and troubleshooting tips on our Thermal Guardian temperature control systems. We have two types of control offerings. We do our analog, quantum, turn dial control. We also do our digital control. Both installations will be somewhat similar, operations slightly different.
We've also got our high-tech, energy-efficient heater pad. And we'll show you right now how to install it into the wood-framed waterbed.
Once receiving your Thermal Guardian heater, you're going to remove the contents from your bag. Inside the roll of the pad, you have your control unit with your attached power cord and your thermistor or your temperature sensor. You also have some screws to attach that control unit to the hard side frame. And you have your warranty information and some troubleshooting tips. Be sure to read through those at your convenience. You do notice that your pad is rolled, and it's a pretty stiff pad. This is your thickest Duraflex vinyl pad. A few tips on how to go ahead and start to install that heater.
What Tommy is doing is a reverse roll. It just enables you again to get that nice flat surface when you install it into the bed.
Keep in mind you don't want your liner inside the waterbed. As we have here, you just want to be installing your pad directly onto the hard deck surface.
Is where you actually place your heater, is there a difference on where you put it in the bed?
There is, definitely. In any hard side waterbed, you want to make sure that you keep the heater pad on one of the 2-foot board sections. It's very important that you keep the heater pad off those cracks. As far as actual placement of the heater pad on any of the actual deck boards, as far as being more towards the foot or more towards the head, that doesn't particularly matter. So we do prefer that it be more towards the legs, just because there's less surface of your body coming in contact with right over the heater surface, so it's a little bit more user-friendly that way. Technically it could go anywhere though, from head to foot on one deck board.
Okay.
Now if you'd be kind enough to go ahead and put that plug right back through that dog-eared hole of our plywood. That completes the heater pad installation.
Okay. Here we have a super single waterbed frame here with one heater, which I'm sure is ample for this size of a bed. But a lot of folks out there will have a king or a queen bed. Is there any need ever for two heaters?
Yeah, we recommend 2 heaters with any dual setup. Also, with the very fiber-rich nature of the higher-end mattresses that we offer today, you know, like a Genesis 800 or 900 sponge mattress, we're going to recommend 2 heaters with those type of sleep surfaces as well. The reason being is the more fiber that's on the interior of the mattress, the more, you know, having 2 heaters is going to efficiently heat the bed.
Gotcha.
For proper installation of our control unit, we've got our power cord, which obviously we're going to plug into the wall, and that's going to begin to power the unit. And we also have our thermistor, which is our sensor. The only portion of your heater control that is actually sensing the temperature on your thermistor is just this end portion, about 1.5 inches long. So placement of this is very important. We're going to run our thermistor cord from the outside of the bed up into the bed.
Okay. Run that through there as well.
Yep. And then on the pad it says minimum of 12 inches for the sensor to be away from the pad. I actually think that we should be more like 18 inches. At 18 inches we're going to definitely sense the temperature of the water, not the pad. If we get it too close over here, all we're sensing is the pad, and you're not really going to have an efficient waterbed heater, number one. Number two, your bed's probably not going to be very warm.
Now, should I tape either of those down so they don't move or anything like that?
You know, I suppose if you wanted to tape the sensor cord down, you technically could. You want to do so far away from the actual sensor piece. As far as the pad is concerned, no taping is necessary. That's one thing I think we see sometimes all too often is, somebody had a problem with their pad for whatever reason, and we always see the little tape marks because I think from the curling people want to tape it down. It's not necessary.
Okay. Now that we've got our heater pad in place and our thermistor in place, what do we need to do next?
We need to prepare to plug it into the wall.
Okay.
A great way to protect our investment is using a surge protector. Do you have one?
I do. Why is it important to use a surge protector?
With any electronic device that we want to protect against electrical surges, we want to use a surge protector. Our waterbed heater is no different.
Okay. So in theory, it'll make it last longer.
Exactly. It's going to make it last longer. It's going to protect our investment in the heater and keep our bed warm for a longer period of time.
Okay. So everything looks great here. So I assume we're going to put our liner in, then our mattress, and then we're going to fill it. Exactly how long is it going to take for our mattress to reach the desired temp we set on our control?
That's going to depend upon what the water temperature is that you're putting in the mattress. Biggest mistake we see people make is they'll use only cold water to fill it. We want a lukewarm, if not a little warmer, water temperature when we're filling the mattress. If our hot water heater runs out of hot water, we want to go ahead, shut down, wait, let it reheat. It's going to be much simpler to efficiently heat the waterbed if the temperature is closer to where we desire it to be.
At this point, we wanted to talk a little bit about the different control units. I've got here our quantum analog control. It goes from 70 to 100 degrees, so you can set your desired temperature. Now, it's important to know here, when you set your temperature, right now I've got no illumination because it's at its temperature. As I turn the dial from 80 closer to 90 degrees, the light will come on. That means that the heater pad is engaged, it's working, and we're trying to reach our desired temperature.
Very similar to our Quantum. With our Touch Temp Thermal Guardian control unit, we've got our on and off button, so once I go ahead and flip it on, that number is going to immediately start blinking. The blinking means that it's trying to achieve the degrees that I've set it at. So if I bring that up, it's going to continue to blink, and it will do so until it's reached the temperature we've set it at. If I bring this down towards 68 degrees, it'll actually start to remain constant or solid now because the heater is actually at that setting that we have desired.
Thanks for joining us today. We enjoyed going over the Thermal Guardian heater and its installation tips.
For more information, please log on to our website at www.innomax.com. That's INNOMAX.com.